All right, get ready, because today we're diving headfirst into Andalusian Spanish.
We're going to break down what makes this dialect so unique.
Our source, a lesson from Jaime Lara, a Spanish teacher who really knows his stuff.
By the end, you'll be able to spot an Andalusian speaker from a mile away.
Maybe even try imitating their accent.
And we'll unpack how history and culture shaped this dialect.
Jaime kicks off his lesson with a question.
Castellano versus Español, is there even a difference?
What do you think?
Well, technically, yes.
Really?
But it's kind of complicated.
Okay, I'm intrigued.
Castellano refers to the dialect from the Castile region,
Ah, I see.
while Español encompasses all the varieties of Spanish.
So it's like a subset.
Exact.
So which term should we use?
The Royal Spanish Academy says both are fine.
So no need to stress over it.
Nope.
But let's get to the good stuff. How does Andalusian Spanish sound different?
One of the most noticeable things is called yeísmo.
Yeísmo. What's that?
It's the tendency to pronounce the L, like a Y sound.
Can you give us an example?
Sure, like caballo becomes caballo.
So it's like they're merging those sounds together.
Exactly, and it gives the speech a faster pace.
It's like they're in a hurry to get the words out.
You could say that.
And yeísmo isn't just in Andalusia, right?
You're right, it's common in other Spanish dialects too.
But it definitely adds to that fast-paced Andalusian sound.
It does.
Now, what about that ed sound?
The elusive es.
It's like it disappears sometimes.
It does. They aspirate it within a word or just drop it at the end.
So destino becomes digitin.
Yep, and menos turns into meno.
Wait, if they drop the s, how do you know if something's plural?
That's where it gets clever.
Oh.
They aspirate the es in articles like los to indicate plurality.
Even if they drop it on the noun itself.
Exactly, like in los coches, meaning the cars.
So it's like a hidden code.
It is.
They've created their own system.
Right, it's about adapting the language to their rhythm.
And that rhythm gets even more noticeable with the ed sound.
Especially between vowels in words ending in adu and ido.
Like acabado becoming acabao.
Precisely, they just drop that id.
It's all about efficiency.
Exactly, streamlining the language.
And does this streamlining apply to other sounds too?
Absolutely. Consonant clusters often get simplified.
Meaning?
They might drop a consonant to make the word easier to say.
Give me an example.
Práctica becomes práctica, or digno turns into dino.
So they're dropping consonants all over the place.
It seems that way, doesn't it?
Do they ever drop entire consonants?
Oh, yeah, all the time.
Yep.
Lapis becomes lapi without that final Z sound.
Wow, so even common words change.
Even Madrid loses its final D and becomes Maderi.
No way.
It's true. They even have a funny, unofficial tilde.
The tilde.
Yeah, they sometimes put it over the E in papal to show the missing U sound.
So it's like a visual cue for pronunciation.
Exactly. They're playful with the written language, too.
That's amazing. What else do they do?
They like to swap an L for a soft or sound.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Almeria becomes Armeria.
It's pretty different.
It is. But language changes for efficiency and ease of pronunciation.
It's not just Andalusian Spanish that does this, right?
Nope. It happens in other languages, too.
But they do seem to love blending sounds.
Definitely.
Like turning al final into arfinar.
It's a combination of the illa to r switch and merging words together.
It's like a linguistic puzzle.
You could say that.
But it adds to the charm of the dialect.
It does.
So we've got the drops, hence the ill to r switch.
What's next?
What about the J and G sounds?
Those can get aspirated, meaning they're pronounced with a breathy sound.
So how does that change things?
Major becomes mejor, and gente becomes gente.
It's like they're adding a little puff of air to those sounds.
Exactly.
But there are variations within Andalusia, right?
Of course, in Jam, they keep the strong J sound.
So even within this dialect, there are regional differences.
Always.
Now let's tackle seseo and seseo.
These terms always cause confusion.
They do.
They describe how the C, E, and is are pronounced before I and E.
Okay, break it down for me.
With ceceo, which is common in Seville and Latin America, C before I and E and Z are all pronounced like E.
So zapatos become zapato.
Exactly.
What about calcetines?
That becomes calcetine.
It softens the sounds.
It does.
Okay, so what about seseo?
With seseo, it's the S that takes on the pronunciation of C before I and E or Z.
So it's like they're switching them around.
You got it.
What are some examples?
Cereza becomes cereza, and cabeza becomes cabeza.
So it changes the whole feel of those words.
Definitely.
Jaime gave some great examples to illustrate this.
He did. For seseo, he used sapo instead of zapo and serpiente for serpiente.
Okay. For seseo.
It would just be the reverse.
That really highlights the impact of these small pronunciation differences.
It does.
It's like they're painting with sounds, creating a whole new sonic landscape.
Exactly. And we've only just begun to explore this vibrant world.
There's so much more to uncover about Andalusian Spanish.
We've only scratched the surface.
Stay with us as we delve deeper into this fascinating dialect.
There's much more to come.
Welcome back to our deep dive.
We've decoded some of the quirky pronunciation features.
But what do these linguistic twists and turns tell us about the Andalusians themselves?
That's where it gets really interesting.
It's not just about sounds, right?
No. Language is a window into a culture's soul.
And Andalusian Spanish reflects a history that's as vibrant as its people.
Exactly. It's a blend of influences, that rapid-fire delivery.
Speaking of influences, we can't forget about Andalusia's history.
Right. It was under Moorish rule for centuries.
And that left a lasting impact.
A huge impact on everything.
From architecture
Their cuisine.
and even the language itself.
Of course.
I can see how Arabic might have influenced the dialect.
It's more than just might have. It definitely did.
Are there any examples of this influence?
Oh, tons. Words like alcalde,
The mayor,
azúcar for sugar,
and even almohada for pillow.
all have Arabic roots.
Wow, I use those words all the time.
And they've seamlessly blended into Spanish.
It's amazing how language acts as a bridge across cultures.
It really is. You can trace the paths of history.
Just by looking at the words.
Exactly.
So we've got this blend of historical influences,
But what about those slang words?
the ones that give Andalusian Spanish its personality.
Oh, there are so many good ones.
Do you have any favorites?
One that always makes me chuckle is pisha.
Pisha, what's that all about?
It's so versatile, you can use it for anything.
Like what?
Surprise, agreement, or even just as a filler word.
It's like our, or like
Exactly.
Pisha. I like that. What else?
Quillo, it's another fun one.
Kio.
It's short for chiquillo, which means kid.
But they use it for everyone.
Yeah, even adults.
It's like our dude or pal.
Exactly, regardless of age.
It shows that warmth and informality.
Which is so characteristic of Andalusian culture.
It's all starting to make sense now.
Right.
This mix of Arabic influences, fast-paced pronunciation, and playful slang.
It all comes together to give Andalusian Spanish its personality.
Warm and welcoming, like a sunny Andalusian afternoon.
I like that analogy.
Speaking of fast-paced pronunciation,
It's as fast as everyone says.
it really is like a race car.
Speed and fluidity.
And yeísmo isn't the only thing contributing to that speed.
Oh no, there's more.
Like what?
The dropped consonants, the consonant reduction, those acortamientos.
Always finding shortcuts?
It's all about efficiency.
Like speaking in shorthand?
You could say that.
But that speed adds to the musicality.
Absolutely. It's hypnotic.
It's no wonder they have such rich music and dance traditions.
It's in their blood.
You're making me want to experience this firsthand.
You should.
Recordings and lessons can only take you so far.
Immersion is key.
So what advice would you give to someone who wants to dive deeper?
Seek out authentic resources. Movies, music, podcasts.
Created by Andalusians.
Yes. Pay attention to their speech patterns, their expressions.
Let it wash over you.
That's the best way to learn.
And if you ever have the chance, visit Andalusia.
Nothing beats experiencing the culture firsthand.
Agreed. That's going on my bucket list.
It should.
Speaking of experiencing the culture, there's one aspect we haven't touched on yet.
And what's that?
Andalusian Spanish, in music and the arts.
Yes. That's a rich topic.
A topic that deserves its own deep dive.
Luckily for you, that's exactly what we'll be doing next,
Stay tuned for part 3 of our Andalusian adventure.
where we'll explore how this dialect sings.
Welcome back to our final deep dive into Andalusian Spanish.
We've explored the sounds, the history, the slang,
We even touched on how it shapes music.
but we ended part 2 with a question.
What does it feel like to speak this dialect?
It's one thing to understand how it works.
But what about the emotional impact?
It's hard to describe,
It really is.
but let's try. Imagine yourself in Seville.
Okay.
You're in a tapas bar.
Lively atmosphere.
People are talking, laughing.
The clinking of glasses, the smell of food.
Now, you want to join the conversation.
But it's fast. And those sounds are different.
You might stumble at first.
But then as you relax, you start to get it.
The rhythm, the flow,
It's like stepping onto a dance floor.
the words come easier.
You find yourself using the slang naturally.
Kisha, Kio.
It's not just speaking.
It's embodying the culture.
That's the beauty of Andalusian Spanish.
It's about connection,
expressing yourself with passion and humor.
embracing the energy of the Andalusians.
We've covered a lot in this deep dive.
Pronunciation, history, slang, music, and more.
It's been quite a journey.
And we've only scratched the surface.
But hopefully you've gained a new appreciation for this dialect.
It's a reminder that language is powerful.
It shapes our world, our interactions, our art.
There are countless ways to express ourselves.
So keep exploring, keep learning.
And keep listening for the music of Andalusian Spanish.
You might even find yourself dancing to its rhythm someday.
Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you on our next deep dive.